everyone, and welcome to our Instagram Live event. My name is Paul Arsuf and I'm the founder of the Decentralized Web project. The topic of our educational event today is making trust obsolete. Are we there yet? The topic of today touches on psychology and also on technology and use of technology in our lives. And as usual, at the point of starting of this event, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our project. I mentioned that I'm the founder of the Decentralized Web project, and recently we did release a marketplace and collection of NFTs. What is interesting, what is unique and special about our NFTs is that they're based on three-dimensional objects. With three-dimensional objects, they have to be a special software which loads the object, and then it can animate the object and give it capabilities. The new and unique thing is that we decided from the very beginning to design our own 3D software engine, and this is different than most of the creators for 3D objects. Most of them, they're using standard software, and most often this standard software is one of the two popular game engines. One of them is called Unity and the other one is called Unreal. But we did build our own 3D software engine, and this 3D software engine allows us to load, display, and then animate the 3D object for the 3D NFT. In addition to the loading and animating of the 3D NFT, there are a number of additional capabilities, and the first capability that we have for our 3D NFTs is the capability of speaking. Our 3D NFTs can speak in one of three different basic voices. They can speak either in a male voice or in a female voice or in a whisper kind of a voice. In addition to the three basic voices, there are flavors of voices, and a 3D NFT can speak either in a normal speed or in a fast speed or in a slow speed voice. So if, for example, we have a male voice and it is spoken with a slow speed, then this voice can come as the voice of a very masculine person, or it can come as the voice of an old person. If, on the other hand, we have a female voice and it is spoken with a fast speed flavor, then this voice can come as the voice of a little girl, or it can come as the voice of a funny person. The second and important capability that we have for our 3D NFTs is the capability of recognizing voice commands. If we have 3D NFT which is loaded in a window which our 3D software engine did open, and the 3D software engine does animation like moving in a random fashion around the screen of the 3D NFT, then we can issue our very first voice command, and tell the 3D NFT to stop moving. Then the 3D NFT is going to stand like from the point of moving in random fashion, it is going to stand still and stop moving. Then we can issue additional voice commands to the 3D NFT to move left, move right, move up, move down, zoom in, zoom out, rotate. And then the 3D NFT is going to fulfill each of these commands and move left, then move right, move up, then move down, come closer, zoom in, go farther away, zoom out, or start rotating. The next capability that we have for our 3D NFTs is the capability of basic artificial intelligence. So this is important capability, and it is a capability which is going to evolve and become more and more sophisticated. Like you, the user, can ask the 3D NFT, what is your name? And then the 3D NFT is going to respond with voice with their name. You can ask the 3D NFT to who are you? And the 3D NFT is going to reply with sentences on who they are. You can ask the 3D NFT to describe something. For example, describe Web3, or describe decentralization, or describe Russia. And then the 3D NFT is going to tell you in few sentences about Web3 or about decentralization or about the country called Russia. So that's it regarding to the basic artificial intelligence capability. The last capability, but not least important, that we have for our 3D NFT is the capability of seeing them in real 3 dimensions. Currently, we have a version of the 3D NFT which is displayed on a flat 2-dimensional computer screen, and we're using our imagination to imagine the 3D NFT which is on a 2D screen in 3 dimensions, as it is animated, as it is moving, and we are planning to have a second version of our 3D NFTs, and this second version is going to be displayed in a way of stereoscopics. So what stereoscopics means is that part of the 3D NFT is going to be displayed in red or reddish colors, and another part of the 3D NFT is going to be displayed in blue or bluish colors. Then you, the user, can go to our 3D NFT marketplace, and probably now is the point of me telling you the URL and the name of the website of our 3D NFT marketplace. The name and the URL of the 3D NFT marketplace is 3dnft.decentralizedweb.org. 3D NFT is displayed in a way of the number 3 followed by the letter D, followed by 3 other letters, NFT. And this is typed all together, 3D NFT. Then there is dot, then there are two words which are typed all together, decentralized and web. They're all together as decentralized web. Then there is dot and it ends with org. Once again, the name and the URL is 3dnft.decentralizedweb.org. On the bottom of every page of our 3D NFT marketplace, there are icons of the social networks that we post on. You can click on one or more of these social networks, become a follower or become a member of the group, and get notified about events just like the event today, which is recurring. It happens every Sunday, and the channel on which it is happening is Instagram Live. And as you know and witness, it is video and audio channel. But coming back to the like seeing the 3D NFT in real 3 dimensions, you can go to a collection. You can click on collection, and then you're going to see a link to accessories. And when you click on this link, you are going to see that we offer some special glasses. And when you order these glasses and then you receive these glasses, you're going to see that one lens of these glasses is red, and the other lens of these glasses is blue. Then you can put these glasses on. You can request displaying of the 3D NFT in a way of stereoscopics, and then you're going to see the 3D NFT coming out of the flat two-dimensional computer screen, and you're going to see this in real 3 dimensions. So that's it regarding to the capabilities of our 3D NFTs and our 3D software engine. But let me tell you a little bit about our 3D NFT marketplace as well. I did tell you the name and the URL of the 3D NFT marketplace, but what is special and unique about our marketplace is that it is based, and it is going to be based specifically for 3-dimensional objects. Ordinary NFT marketplaces are based predominantly in 2-dimensional flat, unmoving JPEG and PNG images. This capability of our 3D NFT marketplace is like our prediction of where the NFT market is going to move, and as with every technology and as with every product and service, and as with life in general, everything evolves. And like our prediction is the market is going to be evolving into the direction of 3 dimensions and in directions of additional capabilities and what we are offering is one of the possible directions where the market could be moving, and like in a sense, and in one of the previous presentations, we are aiming to bend the wheel of the market. And what bending the wheel of the market metaphorically means is that um, like offering the market a new direction, and like uh, like trying to move slowly initially, and then faster and faster the market in the direction we um, are offering it. So we're going to be one of the first and one of the pioneers of the new market, and like our offer is new, unique, and special, and different than what is currently offered for NFTs. But coming back to our marketplace, another interesting and unique thing is that we have our own blockchain instance, and in this way we do not require our users to pay gas fees for deployment of the smart contracts for the NFTs, and we do not require um, our users to pay fees for transfers of ownership from one user to another user. Our blockchain instance is based on Ethereum software, and this is the same software which runs Ethereum mainnet or number of additional blockchains, like for example Polygon Matic, or for example Avalanche AVAX, or multiple other blockchains. In addition to them having our own blockchain instance and deploying the smart contracts for the non-fungible tokens on our own blockchain instance, we allow our users, when they come to our marketplace and like um, try to buy the NFTs they like, they have a choice of paying with multiple crypto coins. Compare this with ordinary NFT marketplaces where, like the creator, at the point they're coming and starting to list their collection of creations on the ordinary NFT marketplace, they have to select a single crypto coin, and then all of the buying and then selling of their NFTs is done with a single crypto coin. Compare this with our marketplace where we did detach the NFTs from a popular blockchain, and we now allow our users to have purchase of our 3D NFTs in a number of crypto coins. Currently, the choice includes 4 different crypto coins, and these crypto coins are Solana Sol, Polygon Matic, Avalanche AVAX, and Qcoin, which is a big centralized crypto exchange. They have a coin called KCS. With this different choices, like in addition to these choices of paying in crypto, we have another parallel and separate way of paying directly in fiat currency. a user who comes to our NFT marketplace, they can choose to pay in fiat currency with their debit or credit card. And let's say there's a user who comes to our marketplace, they can pay in their national currency, national fiat currency, and this payment is converted from the national currency of the user who is paying with fiat currency to like US dollars, and this payment is deposited in our bank account. But let's say there's a second user who comes to our NFT marketplace, and let's say there's like the first user did use the NFT which they purchased, they play with it, and let's say they decided to put this NFT for sale. So what is going to happen is, let's say the second user who just came to the NFT marketplace, they did browse through NFTs, and they like the NFT which the first user did put for sale. So what is going to happen is the second user, let's say they decide to pay with fiat currency, they're using their debit or credit card to make a payment. This payment of the second user is going to be converted from the national currency of the second user to US dollars, and it is going to be deposited in our bank account. Then the next step which is going to happen is a transfer of ownership from the first user to the second user. The second user becomes now the owner of the first the NFT which the first user just sold, and the next step which is going to happen is transfer from our bank account and conversion from US dollars to the currency of the first user who is now the former owner of the 3D NFT that they just sold, and the first user is going to receive in their bank account, in their national currency, the payment for the sale for the 3D NFT. So what I did describe is the second parallel and independent way for buying and selling of 3D NFTs. And with this said, I'm going back to the topic of today, which is making trust obsolete. Are we there yet? In the beginning of this presentation, I like to tell you that it is inspired by an article that I did read, and the article is telling about trust and technology, and the possibility of replacement of trust through means of technology. But we are going to start this with an example. Are technologies replacing trust? The first example which we can give is, for example, when ordering Uber or booking an Airbnb. In such cases, we willingly get into a car with a stranger or stay in the home of someone we do not know. Normally, these actions would require a high level of trust, which is why institutions have to be developed to make this possible. The taxi license, for example, is a form of institutionalized trust. In addition to the uh, attesting to certain skills, it is part of a network of legitimate actors and infrastructures. Therefore, when we get into a taxi, it is not just the driver that we trust, but the institutions that support them. But in what, or in that matter, in whom do we place our trust when we use Uber? The answer to this question is actually quite simple. We trust no one. Uber doesn't offer trust, but it offers efficiency and transparency. Efficiency by providing an optimized transportation service, and transparency by displaying an average rating, the number of trips completed by each driver, and the price of the journey. As explained by some researchers, transparency is in fact the opposite of trust. Trust is a form of belief, it is a faith, it characterizes our ability to rely on individuals whose future actions we do not know, or we cannot know or predict. As mentioned earlier, this trust can be institutional, but it can be also personal. In in each of these cases, it is proximity, emotional or geographical, that encourages us to trust. This is what happens when we confide in a friend or lend money to a loved one. In each of these cases, it is impossible to be certain that the secret will be kept, or that we will get our money back. But despite, or perhaps thanks to this uncertainty, we choose to trust. It is therefore the unknown, or more precisely, the asymmetry of information that characterizes trust. On the contrary, transparency is what rebalances the asymmetry of information. For example, in the case of the prisoner's dilemma, if one of the players had access to the other player's decision, there would be no need to decide whether to trust or not. More generally, if we had a crystal ball capable of revealing the secret motivations of our loved ones, we would not need to trust them. If we were blessed with unlimited computational ability to map all the possible contingencies in enforceable contracts, trust would not be a problem. And in many ways, this is also what Uber aims to achieve by providing users with as much information as possible, and this information is about their drivers. Access to their ride history and ratings is intended to inform users about their behavior and reliability, while displaying the price of the trip and implementing a secure payment system which makes fraud impossible. All this information exchange between users, drivers, and Uber itself reduces the level of trust involved in this process. In reality, the majority of urban technologies and applications such Airbnb or Google Map or Amazon that we use operate on this same modality. More generally, our information societies are characterized by quest for transparency. Every fragment of our reality is captured, calculated, and exchanged. The goal is to unleash information and data, enabling each individual to make better decisions and society to function more efficiently as a whole. This vision finds its most advanced realization in the Chinese social credit system. This initiative aims to calculate a score representative of integrity and reliability of each citizen by aggregating their more or less positive actions. Purchases, social interactions, solvency, and even behaviors are among the many parameters taken into account to calculate their citizen score. The higher the score, the more the individual is considered a good citizen with a greater access to service and privileges such as certain credits, certain jobs, or urban spaces. But is it really a bad thing? Who hasn't been betrayed by a close one or taken advantage by a merchant? Who hasn't suffered from having perhaps wrongly placed their trust? In addition to being deceptive and risky, trust is discriminatory. We indeed have a natural inclination to believe those who resemble us. Finally, from a progressive perspective, one might be inclined to rejoice in the replacement on trust with information. Just as science succeeded, religious beliefs, trust, a remnant of an uncertain and tribal world would be condemned to disappear in favor of knowledge. Faced with these questions, one might initially be tempted to romanticize trust, to see it as the spice of life, the existential leap that adds excitement to existence. However, one would soon be compelled to acknowledge that this is a pleasant but unsustainable argument on societal scale. It may then be considered that trust is precisely one of the most important synthetic forces within society. It is possible to have forms of cooperation without trust. Moreover, in these cases, trust becomes secondary as a result of as a result and not as a prerequisite for a successful association. We must note that trust is contextual. An individual may be very reliable with payments, but unfaithful in love. A friend may be helpful, but unable to keep a secret. Trust in itself means nothing. This is why a citizen score or trust rating, regardless of the data and algorithms on which they're based, is nonsensical. Furthermore, it is often rightly observed that trust is our way of understanding the freedom of others. We trust because those in whom we believe have the freedom not to conform to our expectations. They always have the possibility to disappoint, to betray, to manipulate. But they can also surprise us, delight us, or enchant us. And this is probably one of the most fundamental characteristics of trust. It attests to freedom. By definition, it is not possible to calculate, rate, or synthesize this freedom. However, what can be done and what the majority of technologies are destined to achieve today is to restrict it. Rating systems, behavior analysis algorithms, surveillance devices do not reveal our innermost selves. They do not liberate information. Their regulatory instruments, more or less coercive, to bring about a certain future. Going back to our initial example, we do not know if the Uber driver is a good driver, if they know the city well, or if they are truly reliable. But these considerations are rendered obsolete by a combination of control mechanisms like behavioral nudging through a rating system, calculation of an optimal route, vehicle geolocation, and etc. That limits the driver's freedom and increase the predictability of the ride. Therefore, information technologies do not make trust obsolete by providing more knowledge, but by restricting our autonomy. In other words, these surveillance technologies do not illuminate the future, they simply make it more predictable. The purpose of these considerations is not to reject information technologies, but rather to emphasize that they should not and cannot replace trust. On the contrary, they can strengthen and enlighten trust. Like their reports where researchers explore how information technology and Particularly, AI can contribute to strengthening trust between citizens and local actors, notably by creating more proximity, like, for example, by enhancing communication channels between these actors, or providing citizens requests more quickly. It is interesting to note that these recommendations can also apply to private urban actors. Fundamentally, ride-sharing systems offer a real advancement and make life easier for many cities dwellers by decentralizing individual transportation services. However, it would also be possible to use these applications as tools for building proximity. Among other possibilities, the matching algorithm could provide connections between drivers and users who have previously shared a ride, rather than insisting on each trip with a different driver. Such an application would therefore serve the purpose of growing interpersonal trust among its users. A final word on progressive vision mentioned earlier. Since the 20th century, we have known and experienced that history is not a straight line. Science does not succeed religion, and knowledge is not the progress of faith. These realities can coexist as they exist at different levels of commitment and rationality. This is also true for trust and information. The difference between trust to and trust in probably best captures this phenomenon. The first form of trust is probabilistic calculation that refines as information becomes available. The second form of trust is unconditional. It abstracts from calculation, and it involves a subjective truth as it is engaging. For instance, a teacher may believe that the student will not pass an exam, but continue to trust to their potential. The later belief is a form of faith, an intimate conviction, not necessarily mystical, and it is driven by professional ethics, by natural optimism, or intuition. This trust is a precious gift as it opens new futures for the ones who are receiving it. And with this said, I will be ending our presentation. Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening and viewing. And once again, I like to invite you to come and join our communities. You can find them or the URL on our marketplace, which is once again 3dnft.decentralizedweb.org. 3dnft is typed in with the number 3, then the letter D, then 3 other letters NFT, and this is altogether 3D NFT. then there is dot, then there are two words which are all together, decentralized web. Then there is dot, and it ends with org. Once again, the name and the URL of our 3D NFT marketplace is 3dnft.decentralizedweb.org. On the bottom of every page, you can see the icons of the social networks that we post on. You can click on one or more. You can become a follower and a member of the group and a member of our communities. And with this said, thank you for coming, thank you for viewing, have a nice day, have a nice evening, and goodbye.